We all know a house is only as strong as its foundation, right? But what makes a foundation strong? It's the soil. Ignoring the ground beneath our feet is a recipe for disaster. Before pouring even a drop of concrete, we've got to know what we're building on. Think of it like this. You wouldn't build a treehouse on a twig, would you? Different soils have different strengths and weaknesses. Some are solid as a rock, others are unstable and shift like the tide. That's where soil testing comes in. Soil testing gives us a sneak peek at what's going on beneath the surface. It helps us understand the ground's composition, how much weight it can handle, and if there's any water lurking below. This information is crucial for engineers and builders to design a foundation that can stand the test of time. Skipping soil testing is like playing Russian roulette with your home. It's a gamble you just can't afford to take. Trust me, fixing foundation problems down the road is a headache and a bank account drain you don't want. So how do we get to know the soil? Well, we dig. Soil testing involves taking samples from different spots around the construction site. Think of it like giving the ground a checkup. We use special tools to collect these samples, making sure we get a good representation of the soil profile. These samples aren't just glanced at, they're sent to a lab for some serious analysis. And no, we're not making potions down there. These labs are equipped to run all sorts of tests that tell us everything we need to know about the soil's properties. The depth of the samples depends on the size of the project. For a small home, we might only need to go down a few feet. But for a skyscraper, we're talking serious depths to make sure that foundation is bomb-proof. This whole process might seem like a pain, but trust me, it's a small price to pay for peace of mind. Knowing what's down there is the key to building a solid and safe structure. Now let's talk about the exciting stuff. The tests. These aren't your average bake-off challenges, folks. These tests are designed to expose the soil's true colors. One common test is the moisture content test. It tells us how much water is hanging out in the soil. Too much water. We might be dealing with drainage issues or even a hidden spring. Another important one is the density test, which reveals how tightly packed those soil particles are. The denser the soil, the stronger the foundation it can support. Then we've got permeability, which is all about how easily water can pass through the soil. We need to know this to avoid nasty surprises like basement floods, and don't even get me started on bearing capacity. This test tells us the maximum weight the soil can handle before it says enough is enough. Each of these tests provides a vital piece of the puzzle, helping us understand the soil's personality and how it will behave under pressure. All right, we've dug the dirt literally, run the tests and crunched the numbers. Now what? This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. The soil test results are like a blueprint for the foundation. They tell us what kind of foundation we need, how deep it has to go, and what materials will stand the test of time. Let's say the soil is loosey-goosey, like Grandma's prize-winning crumble. We might need to bring in some reinforcements like pilings or a deeper foundation to provide extra support. On the other hand, if the soil is sturdy as an ox, we can breathe a sigh of relief and go with a more standard foundation design. The type of structure we're building also comes into play. A tiny home won't put as much stress on the soil as a multi-story apartment building. It's all about working with the soil we've got, not against it. Remember, a strong foundation is the backbone of any structure. By understanding the soil and building accordingly, we're ensuring that our homes and buildings are safe, stable, and built to last. So, the next time you see a construction site, remember that some serious soil sleuthing went on behind the scenes, all in the name of building on solid ground.